football coach at Michigan State, as early as this week, John L. Smith will be departing with a loss. But the Spartans seniors and the rest of the players certainly didn't let it go for lack of effort at Happy Valley. John L. Smith was still doing his best to fire up his players, and whatever he said to the defense worked wonders. They ball-hawked the Penn State offense in the first half and made life miserable for their hosts. Quarterback Anthony Morelli had trouble getting away from the pass rush and also holding on to the ball. His first fumble set up the MSU offense in great field position at the 11-yard line. It took 2 plays for first-time starter Brian Hoyer to step up in the pocket like a veteran and find Kerry Reed in the back of the end zone. That's one of his 64 catches on the season, 5th best all time. It made for a great start, but got even better after that. The very first play after Penn State got the ball, Cliff Ryan poked it free from Tony Hunt. Travis Key completed the turnover. This time they stalled at the 28, but Brett Swenson connected on a career-best 45-yard field goal after missing his first chance. This one moved it to 10-0. But not every break went MSU's way. A great pass rush finally finished the job when Jonal Sandique dropped Morelli for a 20-yard loss, forcing a Penn State punt. But when Jeremy Kapanos finished his kicking motion, he landed on top of Kyle Belting. By rule, that's a 5-yard running into the kicker call. Apparently not in central Pennsylvania, though.
Roughing the kicker, number 13 on the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Penn State took full advantage by driving down to score 5 plays later as Morelli hit Andrew Corliss for a 17-yard score, but that wasn't the last action of the half by any means. Hunt fumbled the ball away again. This time O.G. Nwabo knocked it loose and Irvin Baldwin picked it up. That's the 4th recovery of the half for the Spartans. Swenson's 29-yard field goal gave Michigan State a 6-point lead at the break. A couple of Michigan State passing records fell in the second half. The first one came on a short 2-yard completion from Hoyer to Matt Trannon in the 3rd quarter. That pushed him past Andre Rison as the all-time leader in receptions in MSU history.
It feels great, you know what I'm saying, to have a record, you know what I'm saying, having something that you strive for every year, you know what I'm saying, just something that you accomplish and be in record books, and it's just a dream come true.
Swenson missed again from 35 yards, rare for him because he came in with only 2 misses all year. Before the quarter was over, that meant Penn State could take the lead for the first time. Morelli hit Jordan Norwood on a rollout to accomplish that, making it 14-13 Penn State. Meantime, Hoyer continued to sling the ball. He ended the day with 61 pass attempts. That shattered the previous record of 55 held by Jeff Smoker.
They have great linebackers, so, we weren't sure about the running game, so we wanted to get out there and throw it and just, give them all we got. So 61 times, I'm going to have to ice my arm tonight.
Unfortunately for the Spartans, they couldn't get any more points, and after the hardest-hitting physical game of the season, they were staring at the wrong end of a 17-13 loss. Say goodbye to the senior class who played their last game as hard as they could.
It's not the last time at home, but it's the last time you're ever going to put on the pads and take them off and, get to play with your boys. So, yeah, it's emotional stuff.
Even though, my years here haven't been great, they haven't been bad either. Just been some good times and some bad times. I just try to stay positive and keep my head up.
I love everybody on this team, from the snapper to the quarterback. So, hey, man, I left everything on the field for them, and I hope they continue on with the next year.
What'd you tell Coach after the game?
I love them, and I love them.
Now for the final time as the head coach, here's the old Cowboy with Associate Athletic Director John Lewandowski.
Thanks, Dave, here with head coach John L. Smith after a 17-13 loss to Penn State. And, Coach, a lot of people expected a great surrender today, but you got a great effort instead, and the kids showed a lot of character.
They did. They showed character. They showed class. They showed courage, and I'm so proud of them. Again, they could have hung it up 3 weeks ago, and they've hung in there, and they've tried to do it with class, and they've shown that they have great character, and they are character kids, and I'm so proud of them. And like I told them afterwards, don't ever give anybody the opportunity to say you don't have character. And whatever you do in life, you make sure you do it right. And they did. So I'm proud of them.
You said going into the game you needed some help from Penn State. Forced 4 turnovers today, which gave you a chance.
It did.
Just not enough of points.
Exactly. We have to turn some of those. I thought, if you even get 50% of those and get some points on the board, then you're okay and you win the ball game. But we were not able to do that. And I'm proud of Brian Hoyer. He came in, he did a good job, and he's got a good future, as everybody can see, or should be able to see, that he can throw the ball and he can get out of trouble, and he's very intelligent. So a bright future there. And I'm proud of that kid, but we just needed a few more. We're so banged up on the offensive front that we can't run it you know, we can't run it at all, so you're going to come in and throw the football, and at least we can kind of get our hands out and try to hold. But anyway, a little bit too little.
Talk about the quarterback position. You made the decision earlier in the week to hold Drew Stanton out. Got to be difficult for him here at the end of his career, but the right thing to do, certainly.
Right. That's very difficult for him. And I didn't think it was fair to put him in that position, that you have to make a decision now, because his decision is going to be, I'm going to go to the field and I'm going to play. And regardless of where he is, you know, he's got a future in the NFL. So I didn't think it was fair to put him in that position. We took him out of that. We said, okay, here's the deal. You're going to get declared okay, but you're not going to play. I didn't think you put him in that situation where he could come back and get another hit. And then what does that do to his career down the road? So he would love to have been out there with his teammates, and that would have been the decision he made. But he didn't get an opportunity to make that decision, so we made it for him and kept him out.
You'll have a chance to say goodbye to your team on Monday with their private team banquet, but a little emotional today after the game. Hard to say goodbye to these kids.
Well, it is. You know, it's anytime you get that close to your kids and you love them. I mean, they're like family, and we are like family, and so it's hard. But like I said, I thought they showed great effort, and we'll be able to say goodbye on Monday, and then we'll move on. It's that's part of the deal. I tell them, you know, in life, that's what you have to do. That door's going to be open, and you're going to have to move on, and that's what we all do at this point. And the biggest thing is they get their degrees done, they show that they're class individuals, and then act that way through life. And